What if you could stop pretty much any argument right in its tracks? Today, we're going to talk about the secret of water and fire. It's a really simple shift in how you see things, but it holds the key to turning all that conflict into a real connection.
Does this sound familiar? You're in yet another argument. You can feel the tension just ratcheting up, voices are getting louder, and you feel totally stuck, like you're in a loop you just can't get out of. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone.
All right, let's dive into this. To really get it, we've got to understand the problem first. We're going to call it the fire of conflict, because honestly, that's exactly what it feels like. It's hot, it moves fast, and it can be really, really destructive. I mean, we've all been there, right? It always starts with something so small, a throwaway comment, a little misunderstanding, maybe a chore that didn't get done. And then, bam! In seconds, that tiny little spark just ignites, and suddenly you're smack in the middle of this raging blaze of anger and hurt feelings. And here's the trap we all fall into. When we feel that heat, when we feel attacked, our brain just goes straight into defense mode. That's the fire you see on the left, that anger, that frustration. And our instinct, our deep down gut instinct, is to fight back with more fire. We start yelling, we start blaming, we interrupt. But what happens when you pour fire on top of fire? You just get a bigger, scarier, more out-of-control inferno. It's a cycle that, let's be honest, only ever makes things worse. But what if this whole approach, this instinct to fight back, is just wrong? What if there's a better way? This brings us to a really timeless piece of wisdom that completely flips the script on how we handle conflict. And here it is. It's so simple, so direct, and it's absolutely true. You cannot put out fire with more fire. Just let that sink in for a second. Think about it. All our instincts to win the argument, to get that last word in, to prove we're right, all that is just adding more fuel to the flames. So, okay, if our go-to reaction is a total bust, what's the alternative? How do you actually put out a fire? Well, turns out the answer is just as simple as the problem. Right? Instead of fire, we need its complete opposite. We need to use the power of water. And the energy here is just totally different. It's not about making things hotter. It's about intentionally, consciously bringing the temperature down. So when we say water, what are we really talking about? Well, you can think of it as the water of love. And let's be really clear here. This is not about being weak or just giving in. No way. It's a conscious, powerful choice to respond with things that actually soothe anger instead of making it bigger. So, what does this water actually look like in practice? Well, it's a mix of a few key things. It's empathy, genuinely trying to feel where the other person's coming from. It's really listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk, but actually hearing to understand. It's about keeping your own cool, your own calmness. And this is a big one. It's about understanding that their point of view, even if you totally disagree with it, is real and valid to them. Okay, so the theory is great, but how do we actually do this, in the heat of the moment when every part of you is screaming, fight back? Let's break it down into a super practical step-by-step strategy. Here we go. 4 simple steps to put out the fire. First, and honestly, this is the hardest one, just pause and breathe. That's it. Don't react right away. One deep breath can break that whole cycle. Second, listen to understand. Just be quiet. Let them get everything out. Third, acknowledge their feeling. You don't have to agree. Just validate their emotion. A simple, I can hear how frustrated you are, is unbelievably powerful. It just disarms the whole situation. And finally, when it is your turn, respond with calm. You be the one to bring the water. You see, when you start putting all this together, you're no longer just reacting on instinct. You are consciously choosing a new way forward in every single interaction. You're literally choosing the path to peace. And that right there, that is the most important takeaway. You are not a helpless victim of someone else's anger. In every single argument, every tense moment, you have a choice. You can react with fire or you can respond with water. You hold all the power to change the entire dynamic. So that kind of brings us to our final thought. The very next time a conflict starts to spark up, this is the question you got to ask yourself. The outcome isn't already decided. It completely depends on what you choose to do next. Are you going to add more fuel to the blaze, or are you going to be the one to bring the calm, powerful, extinguishing water? The choice, really, is yours.